Hi, I'm Sally Stubbs, and today I'm like an excited little kid here because we have with us and to talk to you the very famous Ian Polly Parkin, famous of television screen and stage all over the world. He's an amazing performer. I was quite privileged that Polly came and did a few sessions with me here in the wonderful English Lake District to permanently resolve for him his anxiety and increasing panic attacks. And then Polly went on to do some therapeutic work with my Rapha audio therapy course and my healing stories. So a million thanks for joining us, Polly. So great to be with you. Could you tell our listeners, our viewers, a little bit about that journey with me and with my stories?
Yes, I think part of what I loved about the work I did with you was that we didn't concentrate on the actual problems that I had, the anxieties. We seemed to talk about everything but. And I think that's why I was able to relax quite early on with you, because I didn't have to worry about going through this uncomfortable part of my life. And the stories were great because having worked with you on a one-to-one basis, to then just listen to your stories. And again, the stories weren't about my problems. So I could just listen to what you were saying. You have a very soothing voice anyway when you're talking.
Thank you.
So, well, I mean, you've boosted me up quite a lot, so I think I should return the favor. But you have a very soothing voice, and it's a bit like listening to Radio 4 book at bedtime. And because your stories are not about my problem, I'm not thinking about my problem, I'm relaxed, therefore my subconscious is doing the work, it's listening to you. And I suppose that's why the effects of the treatment start to work so quickly, because the work I do with you on a one-to-one basis and the work I do, because technically it's work, listening to your stories, again, are not about my problem. So I'm just relaxing and thinking I'm having a nice time. And my subconscious is taking all this in.
Yes.
So really, it's my subconscious doing the work, not me.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I do remember smiling when you said to me a number of weeks ago that I'm not really interested in how this works to bring about a successful resolution. I'm just letting my subconscious work away for me. So that is perfect what you've just said, Polly. Because if I can just say a little bit about those stories that Polly's said so beautifully, almost like Radio 4 book at bedtime. Of course, that's taken me many, many years to be able to write and produce those stories, but in the language of the subconscious mind. And so what's happening is really that the stories can honor, as like in a hero's journey, that the individual has been a hero and they have had a difficulty. But one of the things the stories is doing in metaphor and symbols and so on is it takes you before there ever was a problem, where a lot of our inner resources and strengths become dormant and the problem will take over. So the stories are sort of mobilizing those inner strengths and resources and then heal on up through the problem. I think that kind of makes sense to you, Polly, even though you don't particularly want to understand how it works.
No, well, I mean, as I've always said, I'm convinced you trained at Hogwarts.
I loved it when you said that.
Yes.
Yes.
So, it would take me years and years and years to actually understand. I mean, you do always explain briefly how it works without getting too technical, and that bit's fine. That much I can cope with. But I haven't done the hundreds of years of training that you've done, so that it would be impossible for me to completely understand it. So for me, I don't care. It works, so I don't need to know.
Thank you so much. That's brilliant, Polly.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
And may I ask that anxiety and panic that we were resolving on that healing journey for you, and about being in crowds and theatres and so on, were almost impossible at one stage. And I understand we have got resolution, successful resolution for you.
Oh, yes. I mean, now if I'm in a crowd, I'm just grumpy.
Me too, sometimes.
Yes, I want them out of the way. I mean, the anxiety problems changed my life for the worse, and you've now put it back to how it was before, which is great. I will always be indebted to you for that.
Thank you so much for your time, Polly, and it's a great story, and I hope you've enjoyed listening to what Polly has to say. He's so funny as well. Thank you very much for watching and listening to us, and hope to talk to you again soon. Bye for now.